Well, good morning, everybody. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to today's Esoteric Influences for the 6th day of July 2020. I don't know if I published this yesterday on Instagram. I know I did every place else, but I have this feeling I didn't, but maybe I did. I don't know. Uh, I will today, though. I'm sorry if I didn't. I don't know. You'll have to go over to YouTube and watch it there, I guess. Anyway, today we have a sixth energy, so we're going to experience higher self influences today, assuming we tune into that, and expressions of shared purpose. Your intuition should be strong today, and new beginnings are possible. Um, Again, the moon's effect on Monday is emotions, but I think that we can have a much easier time when that's the case of drawing in higher self messages. That is what we are. The ego, the body, all of that, that's just a vehicle. It's just an illusion. Could be anything, right? The soul is what's the constant, and it's the energetic, it's the energy behind the creation. I mean, this is, what we do with the body is up to us. It's provided, but what we do with it is up to us, right? And the us of it is the higher self or soul. Okay, we can call it any number of things, and I know humans like to delineate everything. We got to put everything in a little box, right? Got to define everything. Well, no, you don't. The soul is all there is. Okay, that's all we are, is a soul. The body is immaterial. We can exist without it. We do exist without it. So, in any event, just allow that resonance to be felt. And let it change your life. Let it transform everything. We've got another 5 days, I think, before we're out of Mercury retrograde. So, we're still dealing with that. My husband's, I think I told you guys he got a new iPhone. I got a new one first, and then he didn't want to get one because he liked his. Well, he got one that's just like his. It's a new one, but it's got the button and everything. Well, anyway, he uses the old one as a timer and to listen to tunes and whatnot, because he still hasn't quite figured out the new phone. And so anyway, it's funny, because during Mercury retrograde, that other phone has been acting up. 1 minute it'll play things, the next minute it does something weird. So he's just having a time of Mercury retrograde right now. And he's finally just beginning to laugh about it, because this is serious stuff to my husband. I mean, he talks back to his laptop and the phone. I mean, he doesn't, I don't know. He's not made the connection that we actually have dominion over these things. He somehow thinks they have dominion over him or something. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to get the rune out, but it's Vunyo for today. Let me get that out for you. It looks like the letter P. Oh, right there. Here we go. And I'm going to draw this one out for you so that you see what it's basically. You've got 3 different runes in here that comprise Vunyo. But it's an earth element rune. It means joy. It means fellowship. It's the wish rune. It means peace, harmony, success, happiness. But how does that happen? I will show you. So here's Vunyo. Okay. We have Isa, the 11th rune of the Elder Futhark, the Norn rune of the present moment, the static realm. Freezing will into place, alignment and higher self. Which again, we have a 6th energy today. We have Laguz. Well, I sloppily did that one. Sorry. There's Laguz. And that's flow, another water element. It's a water element rune. Same, I believe Isa is too. I'll have to look though. Let's see. Oh. And then we also have Kenaz, reversed. The torch, the light of spirit, focused inward. Informing. In other words, higher self informing. So Vunyo is a really powerful rune. And today we're going to want to express fellowship and joy with others in a manner that protects all concerned. Make plans for the future. But, the critical piece is that we're now learning. My husband just told me this. He was reading an article. Or no. I think it must have been on the news. I think it was on the news. He's outside watching the news on his iPad. And, well, we have direct TV, so you can do that. Anyway, he says that the virus has mutated to the point that it's not that the virus itself is worse, but the transmissibility of it is. So it's going to be, we're going to need to be even more vigilant as time goes on and understand that we don't understand everything about this and that things are going to change and that we may need to hunker down a little bit more and be even more protective just to get through this without getting sick. Because a lot of people are getting a whole lot of damage from this and after the fact. One guy who's a Broadway actor, his name was Nick Cordero. He just died. And I think I need to leave this out because I've got one rune in here that doesn't belong. Yep, I knew it. He just died. He was in the hospital for 91 days. And he leaves behind a wife and an adorable little child. But 91 days he was there. People that get that don't go in hospital, that maybe survive it on their own, even if they do go into hospital and they get out, they're still ill. They have all this stuff they've got to deal with. So again, we don't know what we don't know. So why would we ever be cavalier about it right now? Oh, that's right. Because the guy in the Oval Office is cavalier. And I guess some people still take their cues from this guy. I don't know. Anyway, the moon is now in Aquarius. It was in Capricorn until 3:09 this morning, so we don't have to worry about it in the middle of the night unless you're up, unless you work graveyard or something. But anyway, we're going to take an intellectual focus today and share what we learn with others. A sextile between the moon and Mars should provide the energy for initiation as well. But any time, and at least it's a sextile. If it was a square, then we would be kind of, at odds with will and emotions. But here they're sort of in alignment and working with one another, getting along, that is. That's what a sextile means. So they're not really, interfering with one another. So look upon it as motivation to get things done today, particularly if it's involving sharing what you know with others. Some people just don't know. I talk to people all the time, people that I think should know all these things, and they don't, that are literally in the position to know them, and they don't. And so you're like, well, why? Why don't you know this? Anyway. If you're following along, we're going to go down now to the human design section of the Esoteric Influences for today. Oh, and again, they're on the blog. If you want to get them in your inbox, you can sign up for the newsletter. It's right there on the side panel. You can do that. You just put your email in. It goes to my little email newsletter, not email, but newsletter software thing I use. It goes there. It gets collected there. And then if I want to look at who it is, I can, but I usually don't. I just think, privacy and all that. But I can, I know who's on there. And basically then it just comes to you on Sundays when I click send, and you get this Esoteric Influences in your inbox. So if that's what you want to do, you want to get it that way, you can. I do include some things in there, sometimes, like if I'm an affiliate for some companies, and sometimes I'll put something in there, like if it's say it's a herbal class or something, I might put something that in there, a notification of that in case anyone's interested in taking it. But beyond that, it's just the Esoteric Influences for the week. And so if you want to get them there, you can sign up, and it just happens. It'll just come to you. I hit send and it does. But anyway, you can also, that way you can scroll down and you can look at what the human design chart looks like for today, because I'm not showing it here. But we're going to want to get to the bottom of any misunderstandings today so that we can move forward in shared purpose with others as we express wisdom over reaction. However, don't compromise what you know to be true just to satisfy someone else's ego. All right? Don't give yourself away. All right? Particularly if you're somebody that is remaining vigilant here, with respect to the virus, and taking all the precautions you need to take. If people get mad at you about it, if they taunt you about it, they're the idiots. They are. This is dumb. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, that we would ever be in disagreement with this. It's just, let alone the numbers involved. It just blows me away. But anyway, I guess, the other thing I wanted to mention too, the channel of awareness is active all week long. It seems to be the only one in human design that is, at least based on the transit watch that I did for it. seems to be the only one in effect. Last week we had a bunch of them. But the channel of awareness has been in effect for weeks now, and it's essentially telling us, that we have to draw our inspiration and our guidance from spirit. And that's what it is, because it's the awareness of spirit and that overall view of who we are in life, and drawing the information that we use then to make choices. We draw from there instead of drawing from endless reaction to what we're seeing. It's like the difference between operant conditioning and behavior modification in psychology. With operant conditioning, you're going to wait and reward the positive behavior. You're not going to give any attention to the negative behavior. And eventually the child learns, oh, well, if I behave right, it takes longer, see, but if I behave right, I'm going to have a positive experience with mom and dad. This other stuff isn't getting me anywhere. And they learn that. It takes a little longer than behavior mod, but okay, and I was never a behavior modification person in college. I have a degree in psychology. My bachelor's is in that. I was more of the operant conditioning kind of person, rewarding the good things. But you know how parenting comes along and that all changes, and you start responding to everything they do, right? Well, it actually works better if you don't. It's this stimulus response pattern we get into. Something stimulates us, we respond. We don't stop to look at the bigger picture to see what's really going on here, because maybe it's a bunch of garbage we're responding to. Maybe it's something we don't even need to give any attention to, and when we all do, it gives it life it doesn't deserve. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, align in spirit and use that as your guide this week. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and close this and start on the Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune for today. So check that out. This is going to go up on the blog again on the side panel. Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune will appear below that magically after it's done. No, it's because I put it there. I didn't work magic. But anyway, I hope if you are so inclined that you got to do this under the full moon this weekend, and it was just gorgeous. I didn't get any pictures of the eclipse. I took pictures during the eclipse, saw nothing. So I don't know. Anyway, thanks a lot. I don't think I posted this on Instagram yesterday. I think maybe I did, but I can't remember doing it. I was kind of running here and there yesterday. So anyway, I will do that today, though. This will go up on Instagram as well. Otherwise, the link to the blog, if you're watching this on YouTube, the link to the blog's below it. Otherwise, the link to the blog is in the Instagram bio. So anyway, but you all know that. So anyway, thanks so much. We'll talk again tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Be good to yourself. Be good to one another. Wear a mask. And blessed be.